A safety scare ahead tonight in your first local late news. A police presence today at a Rochester high school. Plus, we're hearing from her constituents in Northeast Iowa. Congresswoman Ashley Hinson fields anchored questions. But first, making progress to avoid a government shutdown. Minnesota lawmakers look to put the finishing details on the state budget.
Live from the area's most trusted news source and the region's only First Alert weather team, this is Fox News at 9.
A significant progress has been made on the state budget. That is according to Governor Tim Walz. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Olivia Pronzinski. The update comes as lawmakers look to finalize the budget before July 1st shutdown and need to start a special session to do it.
This is Fox 21 News at 5:30.
And hi, everybody. I'm Carl Spring. Thank you for being here. The state of Minnesota is under an air quality alert due to the smoke from the wildfires in Manitoba and Saskatchewan and other smaller fires in northern Minnesota.
Hello, glad you can join us. Here's what's happening. Canada's west in the grip of raging wildfires.
And if the order comes, we're asking you to listen.
Communities on edge as flames inch closer.
I just made my maiden speech in this house.
Well, he didn't take long to pick up old liberal habits of not being able to answer questions.
The Prime Minister faces off in his first question period. Plus, meet the Canadian holding court at the French Open.
CTV National News with Sandy Ronaldo.
Wildfires burning out of control. That is the headline for Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta as the season heats up. The urgency of what is unfolding can be seen from space. Manitoba's premier is cautioning residents to get ready to get out.
Fast-moving wildfires across the prairies this Friday night.
The prognosis is not good.
The evacuations, complications, and communities looking after firefighters.
And they've been feeding around 150.
A proposed ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. What it supposedly guarantees and what Hamas is pushing for. Gone from the White House, but definitely not forgotten.
I'm at the President's office.
Elon Musk's failed promise and what his exit means for the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency. Plus, quest for the cup.
The Oilers did it again.
The elation over Edmonton's rematch against Florida.
Global National. Reporting tonight, Sonia Sunger.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. It's only the end of May and we're already facing a dire wildfire situation in Western Canada. Conditions are worsening across the prairies with Saskatchewan and Manitoba under states of emergency. Right now, the worst conditions are in Manitoba.
Well, expect strong winds and heavy rain with this system as it moves in from the west.
A first alert for severe storms later today.
It's the easiest way to stay a step ahead of summer storms.
Right now at 6, the future of the Trop.
It's very sad. Like, my window looks right out at Tropicana Field, and so it is a very sad thing to see it.
Tonight, more debate on what to do with the ballpark as the Rays play across the bay.
Plus, they're the first on scene during times of tragedy.
You see human tragedy, not all day, but every day.
New tonight, my conversation with a former sergeant and deputy who gives me a transparent look at the mental hardship of life on the front lines.
Sleeplessness, nightmares, headaches, aches and pains.
All new at 6, I get expert insight on a new therapy treatment that's seeing real results for our veterans and first responders.
When I say response, we're seeing about a 60% reduction in anxiety, depression, and sleep scales.
And the end of May brings a cool front to Tampa Bay. Yes, you heard that right. Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips is here tracking the incoming rain this weekend.
stories. Local news that matters to you. ABC Action News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to ABC Action News at 6. I'm Wendy Ryan.
I'm Paula Groen. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we do have major updates on two big stories we have been closely watching for months.
Your voices. Your stories. Complete coverage from across the Bay Area. ABC Action News starts now.
Welcome to ABC Action News. I'm Wendy Ryan. Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips has Florida's most accurate forecast in just a moment. But first, here are your top stories at this hour. Governor Ron DeSantis is vetoing a bill that would have overturned Florida's so-called free kill law.
Well, you could be paying more to enjoy all the city has to offer. Why the mayor's proposing an increase in the sales tax. Plus, what the city of Knoxville plans to do to help improve traffic on a busy South Knoxville street. Could an annual Memorial Day ride through the mountains be ending after 25 years? What the future holds for the Smoky Mountain Thunder.
From your local trusted news source, WPLT News starts now.
Well, thanks for joining us for WVLT News at 4 o'clock. I'm Casey Wheelis. Brittany is off today. Developing today, Knoxville Mayor.
WDIO News at 6 starts now.
Well, if you've been out and about today in the Northland, you've probably noticed this smoke hovering in the air. This is a live look right now from our tower cam where you can really see that haze just hovering over everything. With wildfires both here in the Northland, you might expect the smoke to be from the St. Louis County fires, but nope, the smoke is actually making a journey here all the way from Canada. Good evening, I'm Darren Danielson. There is actually now an air quality alert in place for all of Minnesota until 6 p.m. on Monday.
KMBC 9 First News starts now.
Good morning. It's 7 o'clock now on your Saturday morning, May 31st of 2025, as we wrap up this month of May and start the month of June, all in the same weekend. We appreciate you starting with us here on First News. I'm Ed Evans, along with First Alert meteorologist Brittany Foster.
Live from Omaha's news leader, KETV News Watch 7 at 6 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news tonight, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office says it will share the body-worn camera video of the deadly deputy-involved shooting with the Ibrahim family this coming week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Augustine. This comes after a protest today demanding this very request.
KVUE News at 5 starts right now.
Thank you for choosing KVUE News at 5. I'm Darrenisha Heron. Thousands of people in Austin are still without power this evening after Wednesday's storm.
Live from Singapore, this is BBC News. The US and Ukraine sign a much-anticipated deal for a joint economic partnership with US investment in Ukrainian natural resources. The US economy shrinks for the first time since 2022 as companies react to President Trump's global trade war. A court in Australia hears the text messages in a case where a woman is accused of cooking a fatal meal. She's admitted to picking wild fungi, lying to police, and disposing of evidence. And almost a dozen rallies will take place in Singapore as parties make their final pitch on the last day of campaigning. Hello and welcome to Newsday. I'm Katie Silva. The United States and Ukraine have signed a historic and much anticipated natural resources deal.
Reanudan búsqueda de una adolescente de 15 años reportada como desaparecida en el East River y genera preocupación. Detecta nueva variante del COVID-19 altamente contagiosa en varios estados, incluyendo Nueva York. Y estrenamos nueva casa. Telemundo 47 inicia una nueva etapa aquí en el Rockefeller Center en Nueva York. Muy buenas tardes y gracias por el favor de su sintonía. Les saluda Cristina Navarrete hoy desde nuestra nueva casa aquí en el Rockefeller Center.